I'm popping over here to you to talk about prepping, practical prepping. As you know, I am not a doomsday prepper, but I am a continuity of comfort prepper. If any of you guys pop in here while I'm live, if you could please tell me if my audio sounds okay. I always do some sort of check before, but I found out that my phone is a liar. And even when I think it sounds good, it doesn't necessarily translate to YouTube thinking it's good. So today is all about lighting. So if you are in prepping in any sort of long-term fashion, this is probably an area that you've already considered and have taken covered, because it only takes 1 or 2 nights sitting in the dark to realize it's kind of an uncomfortable situation. That's an event, especially with kids, that you want to make sure that they are not in fear. And there's nothing like a dark house to bring out the boogeyman. And so if you can do anything to alleviate that and continue that comfort level, that is always better for your family. So Mary's here. Hey, welcome. Mary, can you tell me if you can hear me okay? I'd appreciate that. So today I am talking about lighting options. And most people start with basic candles. These are relatively inexpensive. You can get them at any big box store for $1, maybe $2. They don't provide a lot of comfort as far as light or heat. Okay, you can hear me, but it's fuzzy. I don't know what to do there. I do have a microphone. Let's see if I do this. Is that any better? Okay. So a consideration to take into mind when you do use candles, it is a fire hazard. So it doesn't do you any good. So hey, Amanda, I got kicked off Facebook, so I'm not over there anymore. So it's good to see you too. So Mary says better. Okay, good. So if you have cats, what they do, or kids, you do want to keep in mind that this could burn your house down. So you're not doing yourself any favors if you do that. And in fact, a lot of these have some fire concerns, so you do need to keep that in mind. So candles, cheap and easy, you can put these around. They do provide some sort of supplemental heating, not a lot, but also it's kind of a romantic thing. So that's one that it's easy to start with. These guys. They sell them in multi-packs at any big box store for a couple bucks. I think they run about $1 a piece. Great for kids. Something I run into. Can you see this? My batteries are always dead because they are great for kids. My kids run around with them, or kid, and she will use them until they're dead and then set them off to the side and never tell me. And so when it comes to an emergency or grid down, electricity gone situation, these are useless unless you have backup batteries. And you better be able to know where they are and access them and change them in the dark if you are completely dependent on these. Another option, mag lights. These suckers are probably one of my favorites. They put out a fair amount of light. Again, my kid likes to use them, usually dead. So, Mary wrote a comment and deleted it. I was going to read it. So, and there again, you want to make sure that you have backup batteries. These take these. Also, backup light bulbs are nice to have. Mag themselves. I keep those small ones in my car. Yeah, that's smart. So mag lights come with a replacement light bulb. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's right here in the cap. So you can buy extra, but most of them come with their backup. That's handy to have and know. These are also fantastic weapons because they are big and heavy. So just in case you ever need to hit somebody, mag light. So this is also battery operated, high power, adjustable settings. It does have like emergency settings. Let's see if I can activate it. So kind of cool if you're out in, I don't know what sort of camping situation you would have to do that, but kind of handy to have. These are hand cranks for the families with kids that are always running down your batteries. Super easy to have. Not real efficient as far as longevity. So if you're depending on this to go out and work in your yard, you're going to be sitting there cranking it constantly. But it's fantastic for a kid that's in the dark wanting to read or play games because they've got the energy and the fidget power to do that. I do not. This thing. This I use out in my yard over the winter regularly. It's got a magnet on the end. It is rechargeable. So it's got this little, I can't find it, there it is. The little mini USB port. Very powerful. Love it. so I'll just stick it on the post while I'm working, or stick it inside the barn as I'm milking. Fantastic. If you're in a grid down situation, that's only going to last you so long if you don't have the ability to recharge. But hands down. Hands off if you're working in a homestead and you need to be out in the yard and it's inconvenient to be holding something, this thing, worth its weight in gold. I have other headbands with the headlamps just to keep my head warm. So kind of a double duty. Love it. Okay. These guys, if you're talking home lighting, most of us grew up with grandparents with these on their shelves. I love these. They are fantastic. Produce a ton of light. I am a bull in a china shop though. So I have one of these intact and I've got like 4 or 5 of them that are bases on. You can buy new hurricane lamps. Currently with the whole COVID corona situation, I don't trust having anything shipped. So I'm not replacing mine right now. You do need to keep in mind if you're going to use these, that again, it is a fire hazard because it's going to have like fire in there on your little wick there. So I want to show you guys. They all kind of operate basically the same as you've got a pool of oil. I have noticed that my lamp oil will evaporate, so you can't like pre-fill them and let them sit there for years and then expect the oil to be. You can see there's just a little bit in the bottom there. But do have backup lamp oil. I buy these. You can also use kerosene. These are like $7 at Walmart. Northern Best Farm. Hey, Elizabeth. It's so good to see you. I miss you too. I'm over on MeWe for you guys who were my Facebook friends. MeWe's not as fantastic as Facebook was, but Facebook sucks us since they're kicking everybody off. So I'm trying to make the best of MeWe. So, and I'm loving my community over there right now. So, and I've got a question for you guys, because maybe you guys will know the answer to this. So I bought this from Layman several years ago. So, oh, Mary just shared it in her group. Thank you, I miss you guys. So I bought this from Layman, and the reason I got it was because my oldest daughter, she is headstrong, and we had a blizzard, I don't know how long it was ago, maybe 5, 10 years ago. I'm getting old, all blurred together. So she was insistent on she wanted hot food, and we had lost electricity. So she went outside and she was attempting to barbecue. What she wanted to do was make macaroni and cheese. And it was so windy that it kept blowing out the flame, and she was ridiculously frustrated and coming in tears. And so I started investigating different alternatives to cooking inside. Shirley's here. Hey, nice to see you. Please tell Mike and his family I say hi. I miss you guys. So I bought this. And the reason I bought this was because I had other hurricane lamps at the time, like this. So, hey, Mary. So, oh, so good to see you guys, my friends. So I bought this because it has this little tricky. Isn't this funny? It's a little mini pot. And so you can cook in it. You can't cook much in it. You couldn't feed a family. But this would pacify a cranky teenager that's outside crying about they can't cook anything. It just sits on top there. And it's got like a little frying pan too, which cracks me up because it's a joke as far as cooking on it, but it would give a kid something to do, an older kid. Right? It is too cute. Isn't that great, Elizabeth? So here's my question for you guys. So because I am a bull in a china shop and I'm constantly breaking these, not safe for uncasting. I'm setting it off to the side so I don't knock it off right now. So what I did was I found these at a big box store online. They were $12 a piece. I thought that was reasonable. I paid like $50 or $60 for this. This is probably made in the USA. This is most likely Chinese junk. I don't know. For the price, I was willing to give it a shot. These guys, here's my question. Say to not use them inside. Why would this be unsafe to use inside? Why is this one safe to use inside? What's any difference about this? I'm a little confused on that, so I'm going to not highly recommend these for you for inside, but I will tell you with the caveat that I bought them with the intent to use them inside. But since it came with a little pamphlet, not for indoor use, I'm a little hesitant to say, yeah, rush out and buy these. But I will say with the caveat, I plan on using them inside. So things, if you are going to buy these types of lamps, you do need to have oil. I discussed that earlier. And then another consumable is the wick. And so These function by you fill up the little reservoir, and then these guys are kind of tricky. This thing lifts up, and then you move the glass in order to light it. So better safe than sorry, sometimes Mary says. I suspect it's a liability thing on the part of the manufacturer, not positive. That's probably a cover their rear end kind of thing. I don't know. So, but you do need to, if you're going to use, especially if you foresee long-term power outages, I would recommend buying replacement wicks. They come in packages of 5 where they're just a couple inches long, or you can buy these rolls. And that's what I've done. And these come in different widths. For some reason, this lamp has a 1/2 inch wick. All my other ones have 3/4. I'm not exactly sure if it matters if I put in a bigger wick or a smaller. Okay, I'm outside. Take care.